Performing the basic skills of driving an automobile is easy for most people, but driving safely, that is, driving to avoid violations, accidents, and other related problems, is much more difficult, especially considering today's traffic congestions and problems.
It takes a desire to know and obey traffic laws and regulations. It also takes a willingness to share the streets and highways with others, an understanding of your vehicle's performance abilities and limitations, along with an understanding of your own abilities and limitations, and a concern for your own safety and that of others.
It takes several years of driving experience in a variety of situations and environments, and of course the willingness to learn, practice, and continue to work at and improve the driving task.
Tracking your vehicle means keeping it in a desired path of travel. Look well ahead of your car. In fact, you should be aware of what is happening at least 12 seconds ahead of your car, if possible. Steer to a point in the center of your intended path, but keep your eyes moving. Make slight adjustments in your steering.
Most new drivers tend to oversteer the vehicle, thereby overcorrecting rather than making a slight necessary adjustment. In this instance, oversteering could be fatal. Comparing the steering wheel to a clock, keep the hands at approximately 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock.
Use the hand-over-hand technique of steering around corners. With hand-over-hand, at least one hand is always in control of the wheel. Work with the top half of the wheel and keep your hands on the outside of the wheel.
Track the vehicle correctly and efficiently by looking through the turn and well ahead of your intended path of travel. Steer just enough to move in the direction you want to go. In some situations, it may be acceptable to recover the wheel by letting the wheel slide through your hands, constantly keeping contact.
It is also important to the driving task to understand what type of environment you are driving in. Consider the road surface. Is it gravel?
Is it blacktop or asphalt?
Is it concrete?
What about roadside design? Is there a safe shoulder if needed for an escape path?
How many lanes are there?
And which is the safest for what you intend to do?
What type of traffic are you likely to encounter?
What type of traffic controls are there?
Is the road adequately marked with traffic signs? Or is the road inadequately marked or not marked at all with traffic signs?
Are there any special hazards you need to be concerned with? If you're in the city, pedestrians may prove to be hazards.
Or bicyclists could veer out suddenly in front of you.
Changing traffic patterns, such as turning onto a one-way street or moving from a two-way road to a divided highway, might cause problems.
School zones and parking lots can be dangerous.
Many accidents involving property damage and some injuries occur in parking lots.
Changing traffic lights, construction, or just plain congested streets and intersections are hazards.
On the open highway, slow-moving vehicles are dangerous, and the hazards of passing and being passed can be the most dangerous highway maneuver.
On the rural highway, it is commonly the higher speed combined with poor roadside design that causes problems.
On freeways, the hazard of driving in clusters of cars increases the chances of rear-end collisions and multiple car crashes.
Tailgating many times leads to rear-end collisions.
Though signs are usually well-spaced and easily read, the unprepared, undecisive, or confused driver may cause problems, especially near interchanges.
Even the straight, smooth roads can cause problems, lulling the driver into mistakes.
Concentration is a critical part of the driving task. Never look away for more than 1 second at a time from the task, because the traffic environment changes constantly and hazards appear suddenly.
Distractions such as scenery, large numbers of parked cars, and roadside activities not relevant to the driving task can reduce your visual awareness drastically and cause you to miss an important traffic clue.
Being distracted is a mistake that is all too common and can be deadly. Drivers need to develop an organized pattern of searching and scanning for trouble as a part of the driving task.
Check the vehicle ahead and any sign in front of you. This pattern should include quick glances to the rearview mirrors every 5 or 10 seconds, or whenever changing speed or direction in traffic.
It must also include glances to the sides as you approach crossroads and streets. The procedure that includes scanning left, right, left, and covering the brake for yields and unmarked intersections and railroad crossings is a good one.
Blind spot glances before moving right or left in traffic are essential. Scan 12 seconds ahead for brake lights, signal lights, backup lights, and pertinent actions of other roadway users.
Traffic lights, pavement markings, signs, and changing road conditions must constantly receive attention on a systematic basis.
Your own vehicle's instrument panel must be checked for speed, adjustments, and possible malfunctions.
Communication is also an important part of the driving task, signaling well in advance of a turn or a lane change.
Using your headlights when there is any question of your visibility.
Flashing your brake lights by tapping the brake tells others you are slowing or stopping or that there is danger ahead.
Putting on your emergency flashers to communicate car trouble to others, and showing your backup lights to others to let them know of your intentions are examples of good communication.
Lightly tapping your horn alerts others of your presence, but needs to be used sparingly, as it also may be annoying to other drivers.
And turning on your lights at twilight and at night will alert your presence to others.
Communicating by eye contact whenever possible can be especially effective in right-of-way situations.
When changing lanes, be sure to check your mirrors, signal, and check your blind spot.
Even your position in traffic communicates your presence and at times your intention. Be certain you are seen and stay out of other drivers' blind spots.
Keep at least a 2-second space cushion behind the vehicle ahead under ideal conditions. And in bad weather, or when conditions are less than ideal, increase the space to 3 or 4 seconds.
Keep your vehicle centered in your lane and don't ride the lane lines.
Control your space to the sides, giving parked cars at least the width of one car door.
It's most difficult to control the space behind you. If you are being tailgated, check your speedometer. If you're going too slow, speed up. You could move to the right to allow the tailgater to pass. You may also consider tapping your brakes to warn the driver of the car behind you.
Your state of mind is important. You need a defensive outlook that expects the unexpected. Alcohol, pills, and other drugs reduce driver competence and awareness and produce a false self-confidence.
Fatigue causes you to be more easily frustrated and angered, and anger, like other strong emotions, can adversely affect the driving task.
Pull over if you are tired. In a potential crisis, as a defensive driver, anticipate the worst.
Be constantly determining how you'll escape or evade trouble if it does occur. You can manage the most complex traffic situations by using the IPDE formula.
Identify problems well in advance. The 12-second awareness.
Predict what may happen and expect the worst.
Decide the best course of action and execute the maneuver that will minimize trouble.
This is the driving task, your challenge to safe driving.